I think I read it in an interview you did where you said that you were talking about one of your new demographics is the husbands or something, appealing to husbands. What does that mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, it starts off as it's traditionally women, or more often than men, will be the ones drawn to coming to a dance performance. But all the husbands that have gotten dragged to shows have suddenly become some of our biggest fans. And people will say, men will say to me generally, "Gosh, if I knew that's what it was, I would have been coming all along."
And what is the it that you think hits them or appeals to them?
Well, I think it's I think we benefit from, I have a very, I guess I'll say, American sensibility. Mm-hmm. Something about growing up in the Heartland, and I'm from the Great Plains, so there's some sense of like standing in the place where you are and feeling the earth around you and that sense of space. I think that finds its way into the work. And I'm also drawn to more accessible music, mm-hmm. generally, not always, but I've worked with with Beck and the Shins and the Beatles, a lot of different music that people can kind of find their way in mm-hmm. with. And it's not, again, that doesn't come from, oh, I want to find music that appeals to a lot of people. That's just music that appeals to me.
It's what you like.
Yeah, and I think those are musical artists that deserve to be taken seriously in the same way that Shostakovich would be. That's music I want to explore and find something inside of. So I think that's what it is. It's really hard for me to speak.
You do have the athletic style, right? And being 6'6", I guess, doesn't hurt.
Well, I think it's been a big thing that's also connected to people in Boise because it's a very athletic city. Mm-hmm. People are skiing and mountain biking and running in the foothills, and that's a big part of the culture. It's a very healthy culture. So I think at the very least, someone can come to the show and say, oh, wow, I learned a lot from watching how that athlete functions.
Thinking of it as a dancer as an athlete.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is probably not how most people would think.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think it's also a really interesting misconception about dance that we're helping dispel, because I think you can look at a football player and see like there's pain involved in people slamming into each other and the physical exertion and grunting and like the sweat and pain in your face, and for a dancer the athleticism comes from trying to hide all of that.
Yeah, that's always struck me when I've seen dancers, and especially when I see the dancers come off stage, because sometimes I get to watch from back, and you see the exertion, the pain,
sometimes
the sweat.
About to throw up when they leave the stage. Yeah. And so,
but you're hiding all that athleticism.
Right. But I do think maybe that kind of speaks to seeing a dancer 2 feet in front of you when we perform in public. I think it's another time that people see, oh, okay, there's more to this than someone waving their arms in a pretty way,